The following is a fan-made review. All clips of Danny Phantom are owned by Nickelodeon. All other clips and music are owned by their respective owners. We encourage our viewers to support the official content and support the independent artists on their official platforms.
As the night whispered on, you feel the chill crawl up your spine, as spirits dance and sing their mellow moans. The corpses that came before, seeing your twisted heresy, jealous of your freedom, and desire to crush your soul.
Dude, what are you doing?
I'm trying to be spooky, scary for the review.
But it's Danny Phantom. It's not that scary.
You're no fun.
But you hired me.
Hey!
Stop!
Hey everyone, I'm your spooktacular host, Cornet Chris, and welcome to Review This, where today we're gonna be talking about Danny Phantom.
And I'm Mike the editor, and by we're, he means the two of us are going to tag team this spooky boy.
You want to rephrase that, Mike?
Nope.
Alright then. Danny Fenton was just 14 when his parents built a very strange machine. It was designed to view a world unseen. When it didn't quite work, his folks, they just quit. But then Danny took a look inside of it. There was a great big flash, everything just changed. His molecules got all rearranged.
And thus, the spooky boy was born. Danny Spooky Pants then began to hunt ghosts in his local Tri-County. It should have been a lucrative business, mostly because his parents built a freaking ghost portal to the real world. But lo and behold, Danny had his hands full just trying to save his friends and family.
Danny Phantom ran from 2004 to 2007 on Nickelodeon, totaling just over 50 episodes across 3 seasons. The show was made by Fairly OddParents creator Butch Hartman and his studio, Billionfold. The series, by Hartman's admission, is said to be his most popular series, and has gained quite a following over the years.
Danny Phantom is so popular that a fan-made continuation of the series called 5 Years Later was produced by an artist called Curly Artist, after the main series ended. It is said to be a crossover with another series with a cult following, Ben 10. Butch Hartman himself has actually made concept art of Danny Fenton in his college years, showing them with advanced ghost hunting gear called Ectotech. My favorite is Jack Fenton with his new ecto-powered robotic leg.
Speaking of favorite characters, mine is Danny, cause his story reminds me of another hero I like, Spider-Man. Danny's story is very similar to the Wallcrawler in that he feels he got his powers for a reason, and he needs to put them to good use. Because with great power must come, well, you get the idea. Danny also has to balance a double life of high school and superheroics, while trying to keep it a secret from everyone except for his two best friends, Tucker and Sam.
Tucker and Sam are Danny's two main compadres. When Danny became part ghost, those two stood by his side during his spooky escapades. From fighting a meaty lunch lady to unboxing the box ghost, these junior ghostbusters really pull their weight. Tucker uses his advanced understanding of 90s technology to hack advanced computer systems with his PDA. Sam, master of all things sarcastic and the token goth, fights with our handy dandy thermos to capture those deadly apparitions. And apparently is a master of goading Danny on, as she was the one to convince him when he was just 14 when his parents built that very strange machine that was designed to view a world unseen to turn the damn thing on.
Really? We already did that joke.
But it's just so catchy.
Fair enough. Now every good hero needs a villain, and no villain from this show is more remembered than Vlad Plasmius. Vlad is to Danny as the Green Goblin is to Spider-Man.
Man, you are really into Spider-Man.
Just like Spider-Man, okay? Pizza time.
Pizza time.
Vlad Plasmius, real name Vlad Masters, was a college classmate to Jack and Maddie Fenton, Danny's parents. However, due to an accident with a prototype ghost portal, he ended up with a bad case of ecnoacne and became part ghost. Now armed with powers and being one of the richest men in the world, Vlad plans to ruin Danny's life and dominate the world.
Not to mention his mom.
Damn it, Mike, stop interrupting my voiceovers.
No.
Ugh. Now, the world of Danny Phantom is actually pretty big. The ghost zone itself contains elements of time manipulation, weather control, and reality warping, sometimes having each element represented by a ghost or paranormal object. Said objects and ghosts tend to be the focus of Danny's adventures, each with its own history and lore.
Oh yeah, there are ghosts aplenty in this show. Starting off in episode 1 with the lunch lady. This ghost has the ability to detect when the menu is changed for lunch specifically at Danny's school. Skulker, a ghost hunter that hunts other ghosts, is always after the next hunt. Equipped with an arsenal of ecto equipment, he can catch any prey, except for a 14-year-old boy with no training. There's also Ember, a ghost rock star with blue fire hair. Fun fact, she died in her sleep in a burning house. Okay, maybe not that fun, but still a fact. And the box ghost. No explanation needed.
The mind behind all these interesting characters is the one and only Butch Hartman. Hartman started working at Nickelodeon Studios in 1997, where he would eventually go on to create one of his first big projects, The Fairly Odd Parents, a show which lasted from 2001 to 2016, making it the second longest running show in Nick's lineup. Thanks to his success, Butch went on to create 3 other shows while working with Nick: Benson is a Beast, Tough Puppy, and of course, Danny Phantom. The first only lasted 1 season, while the latter 2 lasted 3 each. And sadly, in 2018, Hartman announced he was leaving Nickelodeon on his YouTube channel. On a much brighter note though, he has stated that he isn't done creating, and that he will make another show down the line.
Speaking, literally, for Danny Phantom is the talented David Kaufman. David is well known for his roles as Dexter Douglas in Freakazoid, Jimmy Olsen in Superman the Animated Series, and Stuart in Stuart Little. Accompanying him is Gray Delisle as Sam and Ricky Deshawn Collins as Tucker. Delisle has an immense list of roles spanning from Frankie in Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, Mandy from Billy and Mandy, and Azula in Avatar: The Last Airbender. Ricky Collins has voiced Vince LaSalle from Recess and a variety of background characters from several animated shows. Kicking it up as Vlad is the skilled Martin Mull, who also starred as Martin from Dexter's Laboratory.
Where all these actors really get to show off their skill is in an hour-long episode that Mike and I both agree is the nexus of all things Danny Phantom. In season 2 of the series, an episode aired called The Ultimate Enemy, and it is amazing. Now this episode does contain a lot of spoilers for the series thus far, so if you don't want to be spoiled, skip to this time on screen for our final thoughts. Alright, let's go. Ultimate Enemy is an episode where Danny has to take a test that decides his future. Only we as the viewer get a sneak peek into said future, where the city of Amity Park is terrorized by its greatest villain. A ghost so powerful nothing can stop him. A ghost by the name of Danny Phantom.
Danny, in this future, is completely ghost after having Vlad remove his humanity. Danny does this to help with the grief of losing his close friends and family, but his ghost half then tears the ghost out of Vlad and fuses with it, creating Super Duper Ghosty Boy. This spoopy boy then goes on to terrorize the world. Young Danny, after seeing this future, does his best to change the outcome, fighting through time and just falling short of saving everyone. It's only at the mercy of the ghost's clockwork that his friends are saved in time from a deep-fried death.
What really works for this episode is not only does it show how the villains that Danny has faced up to this point have changed, but also the possibility that even the smallest of mistakes can ripple out to have devastating consequences. Not to mention that having an evil alternate version of yourself from the future is a classic comic book cliche. A version of yourself that could be, if you're willing to take the easy way out. And Danny Phantom is a lot of things, but more than anything, it's a love letter to comic book superheroes.
Well, that pretty much sums up Danny Phantom. It's a great show with many merits to its name. If you like it, be sure to check out some of Butch Hartman's other works.
Danny Phantom is a show with a lot of heart and plenty to offer both to younger and older audiences, especially if you love classic action shows and superheroes. But please, tell us what you think of Danny Phantom. Leave a comment below and please do all the other YouTube stuff you've heard before. And lastly, Happy Halloween!